All right, just waiting for people to come on in. Let me just share it out one more time. Boop. Hi, everybody. Ooh, boy. Hi, Fee. This is trigger warning, everybody. This is really, really. I'm just waiting for my co-host, or not my co-host, but my guest to show up. Let me invite via DM. Oh, there she is. Uh, Hi, Mikey Punk. Thank you for coming in and helping me with this.
You're welcome.
I'm trying to take my time on this because this is like really what I explained to you is really tough.
Yeah, definitely stressful. Take your time.
No problem. So I just want to preface that everything I'm saying is 100% truthful, and I am completely innocent. There's nothing on my record. So in 2009, I got a knock on my door from the FBI, or you know, the task force there. They seized my electronics and they had investigated me for child porn. Now, let me explain. I was never arrested or charged with anything. And Mikey Punk will tell you, like, everything I'm going to explain, 100% like, I would have been arrested, I would have been incarcerated, I would have been in a shit ton of trouble. It was 2009. I had LimeWire. I had downloaded a virus that accessed remotely my computer and had a keylogger. It downloaded explicit images, apparently, while my computer was, not being used by me. They came, they seized all electronics for 3 weeks. They wiped them clean, they brought them back. My AOL account was red flagged. And after all that was done, I was told that I was completely innocent and there's nothing on my record about it. And I'm like, I just figured I would talk about it. Now, Mikey Punk, I would just like to ask you, like, how many cases like mine have you dealt with?
I would say that out of every 10 cases, maybe one is like that where people's accounts are hacked. Right now, the big thing is hacking into like Facebook
Yes.
or Instagram, and they're taking over the accounts. And then in those DMs, they're sending that stuff out. But yeah,
Yes.
it's
They
very, very possible.
basically, they use it like a ghost account, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, definitely, it's definitely possible. Absolutely. Especially back in the LimeWire days and the
Yes, yes.
yeah.
Now,
So I
again,
think
I
why is
had,
this why is this coming up though?
um, because I got some words that, Bree was going to try to bring this out to pretty much throw a dagger at me since everything about her has been talked about.
Okay. So the bottom line is that like when it comes to these types of investigations, it's very, very thorough. Now, there's also other times where you just can't prove who in the home downloaded everything. And in
Yes.
your case, that wouldn't be the case because I'm sorry, I don't even know this, but were you living alone at that time?
No.
Okay. Yeah, then scratch that. How many people were living in your home?
It was me, my parents, and my
Right.
little sister.
Right. So they would have done an in-depth investigation and
Absolutely, they took
gotten
all
everything.
our, they took all the electronics.
Yeah. And the fact that they wiped your electronics and gave them back to you is also a positive indication that there was you were not being blamed for anything at that point because if
Yes.
they like there's been times where I've served search warrants and I just can't pin it on the person who I believe it is, but I purposely don't give those devices back ever. ever. I
Yes.
keep them just in case something else comes up to where I can nail it on that person. So that is also a good indication that they thought you were innocent.
Yes. Like I said, there's been a couple of people who've told me they've done extensive background checks on me, whether for good or bad, and they've all come up with, they've all said, like, well, the person I talked to that I've talked to about this even said, like, nothing shows up on my record.
So are you doing this because were you worried that it was going to come out and then people were going to be thinking the worst?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure there's going to be people that are going to go with another story or cast their judgments, but it was best that it come from me and nobody's thrown for a loop or comes up, thinks anything else.
Exactly. So you're saying you've never looked at child porn basically until that day that they showed
Yeah,
it to you.
no, absolutely not, except for, like I said, they showed me the email, the emailed photo to ask if I know anything about this, basically.
Right. And if they showed, so you're saying they showed you an actual picture of a child that
Yes.
was a child, right? And they do that just to make sure that you don't know that child. And just by
Yes.
merely showing you that image, a lot of times we can tell, like, if you know the child, if you're being deceptive, all of those things. So,
Yes.
okay. Alrighty. Well, there you have it.
Yeah, thank you again for coming up and helping me with that.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was something she was holding over my head, and I'd rather get it out instead of her being able to use it or me having to stress about it.
hmm Are you taking questions from anyone
I
or?
mean, if they want to come up and it's not a troll account, absolutely. I mean, feel free to mic up, ask me a question. Oh, here's Tina. Yes, Tina.
Yeah, so we missed it. I was live. Can you recap what happened? Thank
Oh
you.
God.
Bye.
I was just talking about back in 2009 how I was investigated, but nothing was ever come of it of having child porn on my computer. It was a false investigation, basically. Nothing was proven. Nothing was, it never came from me. They actually, I believe it was somebody overseas. They used a hacking device. Okay, Beauty wants to come up, and so does Conger. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
So here's my thing. I'm glad, Mike Punk, I'm glad you came up here to, help him explain this. And,
Yes,
because I know for me, situations like this are very triggering and I'm ready to just walk away from people. And so I did have questions. You guys answered the questions. Um, but what, disgusts me about this whole thing is that because Spree is being, you know, out there with accusations and alleged things that happened. She's upset with Geo and that she would try and use this against you for the simple fact that she dated you after this happened. She let
yes.
you around her kids after the fact, left you with her
Yeah.
kids after the fact. So how is she going to even say that you're a bad person when you weren't charged with it? Mikey Punk made it clear that they would never have given you your stuff back had they found anything or anything suspicious. You would have been put in jail, or,
Yes.
but how could she use this because she's going through this? She thought you were a
It's.
great person then. She didn't hold
I
it over
mean,
you then, but now wants to.
it's simple. Like it's like how Tractor and Yeti and all them use it. It would have been used against me, and it basically would have, people would have came up with their own stories and called me this or called me that.
So I need to say this real quick, and I don't know if Spree is listening to this,
She is.
but okay,
She
so
already posted.
uh, so all I want to say about that is that I've been hella busy, and I know that Spree, if you're listening, you and I were supposed to talk today. Geo just caught me at a good time where I have a little time to do this, but I still promise that I am going to reach out to you if you need me to. That's all I want to say about that.
Yeah, she's listening. I don't know why she doesn't call up. Like, I'm pretty sure you guys can have like a civil conversation, even if everybody were to drop. Because at the end
I
of the
agree.
day, these kinds of situations are disgusting and shouldn't be
They are.
taken lightly and shouldn't be thrown out there to hurt somebody when it doesn't just hurt them, it triggers everybody else for what they've gone through. And it
Oh,
could have potentially made Gio lose all of his friends and his whole support system. And
oh yeah,
I think that's
definitely.
maybe what she was trying to do. I don't know. This is just what
Yeah.
I'm guessing for the simple fact that she doesn't call up and
Well,
address anything lately.
Yeah. What it does to the psyche of an innocent person is a lot of trauma, unfortunately. And unfortunately, I've been on the other side of that where I've served search warrants to homes where the person was innocent because somebody hacked into their shit.
Yeah.
And just the mere fact of neighbors seeing, cops come to your house and taking all your devices, that alone fucks up the psyche that now you're living around these people, God knows what they're thinking about you. And the other part of it is if you're not mentally healthy, well, then, you start thinking about really bad shit that you want to do to yourself.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad that you didn't do any of that, Gio, and I'm glad that you
no,
came
I
through it, but
mean,
I can tell you're still affected by it.
He was so
I
he
mean, absolutely. It's
Yeah.
you know, you don't know anything that's you to that fact unless it's ever happened to you where they've, I was at a friend's house and they literally just told my mother like, "We're not telling you why we're here. We're not telling you. Just tell him to get home now."
and I will be honest with you guys, like Gio was so distraught yesterday. I don't think anybody has ever seen him act that way. He was so on edge. He was about to freak out, have a panic attack. You could hear it in his voice. He was crying. I was grilling him pretty hard, as you guys know. Um, and I'm going to tell you, only one other person knows this, but as soon as we were done with that conversation, I muted and I went and puked because it triggers me so bad when it comes to situations like this that it just takes me back to a dark place and I immediately become that little girl again. And I was fucking puking from my anxiety and panic. And it was like, fuck, I
Yes,
hate that
because
shit. And I was ready to walk away from Geo again. I was like, fuck this. I don't want shit to do with it. I immediately went to the worst of the worst. And I didn't give you the opportunity to really have truth with me. So I apologize for that, Gio.
yes, Conger, I see your hand up.
But Beauty, your reaction was very normal. That's what most of us do when it comes to shit like this. We tend to believe the worst first before believing what might be the truth. That's just it's the sad truth, unfortunately, when it comes to this kind of shit.
Yeah.
Well, I've known you for a few years, and I know you're not that kind of person.
Thank you,
So,
Conger.
I mean, I know me and you go at each other a lot, but I know you're not that kind of person. And if she's known this for that many years and she's just now doing shit with it, then that should tell you right there that, you know,
But it wasn't
but
just, and I don't think Gia wants to discuss this part, but it wasn't just this that she was trying to hold over his head.
Right. There's more stuff.
Yeah, and it's fucked
Uh,
up. This other part
It's
is
really fucked up
disgusting and fucked up.
considering the position her children were just, or her child was
Exactly.
just in
well, I
not
just wanted to
long
say
ago.
me and him have gone at each other a lot, but I know for a fact he's not like that. So,
He's not.
have a good day, guys.
Bye. Thank you for coming up, Conger, and saying that. He appreciates it, I'm sure, too.
yes, thank you, Conger.
But what I will say is the other thing, and I'm going to try and reword this so it's nothing bad against Gio. He didn't do anything bad, but just what she's holding over his head. And I don't know if he wants to talk about it, and you don't have to, Gio.
Yeah,
But
no, that's
yeah,
something that.
it's just very fucking
Well, it's
disgusting and
Geo.
fucking foul of her.
Geo. You do know it's gonna be brought out. Just so you know, she's gonna bring it out. So
I
I
get
mean,
it.
so we just deal with it when it comes out. But it's nothing you should be ashamed of at
Well,
all. Nothing at all.
all right.
Nothing.
I
You
mean,
can
I could
you
talk.
can you want me to
I'll
say it
say
like
it. I
you can
mean,
say it in the gist of it. Like you don't have to go into detail. You can
yeah.
just say that.
Um,
Do you want me to say it for you?
no, I got it.
Okay.
Part of why I'm going to therapy is because when I was little, one of my cousins, sexually abused me, and it's something that I'm Till I was older, I finally came with terms to.
And that right there is fucking disgusting that that she would even fucking hold that over his head. And it's fucking mind blowing.
So, Gio, I'm sorry that you went through that as a kid, and I'm glad that you're in therapy working through that. Good job.
Thank you, thank you. But it's, like I said, it's stuff that I don't really like to talk about, but unfortunately, sometimes I got to talk about it.
Well, I'm proud of you for saying that just
Well, I'm surprised you didn't let it out this morning when they were all going at you,
Oh,
because
absolutely not.
they had no clue why you were going at Spree when everybody else, we all knew. And I think you
Yeah.
deserve every right to go at her every single fucking time you can.
she's now messaging. She's like putting up tweets, rage tweets that you never told her that.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, because he just wanted to tell this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
His
I
deepest,
just,
darkest secrets he wanted to come out
this is
here and put
totally
out there
something that
because,
I would come up with. Like,
right, because she wasn't threatening
to
it.
the T of
Okay.
everything that, Mikey Punk would absolutely say is how they handle that stuff.
Mikey, do you have any questions for Gio may that you haven't already asked?
No.
I
No,
didn't think so. I
the
didn't
way
think so.
the way that he broke it down to me is a picture that I've seen many times in all the years that I have been an ICAC detective.
Thank you.
It's happened many times, and even with the key logger, the hacking, it happens all the time. And we've done the same thing where we've had to go and give somebody back all of their devices after we wipe them clean. Because if someone is an actual suspect, that even if they haven't been charged yet, we would never give back contraband to someone ever. So,
And
yeah,
I'll tell
I
you,
feel he's being 300% honest right
I
now.
mean, I'll tell you, those 3 weeks, they told me go to work, go home, don't go anywhere else. Like, it was nerve wracking for those 3 weeks, like having no outside connection to anything.
And Gio, they took not just your laptops, but they took your cell phones and all that stuff.
Yes, they
Right.
took my
Yep.
cell phone, they
Exactly.
took the
Yep.
laptops, they took
Yep.
my sister's
Yep.
laptop, they took my dad's desktop.
Right. Yep. Exactly. Yep.
Well, Gio, I'm proud of you because this is not easy. It's not something that a lot of people feel comfortable about talking about, first of all. And you're keeping your cool. And I can tell in your voice that you are trying to man up and just get in front of this because yesterday you were very fragile. Um, and I just think, Spree, you're fucking disgusting. And I'm glad that he came out and got in front of it before you were able to twist and turn and stick your knife in somewhere where it didn't belong. And I really hope that you get the help that you need. And I hope that your children get the help that they need and that you guys can, you know, live a normal life. I know normal is not everybody's normal. Your own normal is your own normal, if that makes sense. There's no really such thing, but I really hope that you guys get the help that you need. And
Yep.
Gio, I'm very, very proud of you for doing this.
told
And
you
I
it
I
wouldn't
told
be
him
that
the
hard,
same
Gio.
thing.
I
I
and
told
I
you it
told him
don't
wouldn't
the
be.
same thing.
Told you it
I
wouldn't be
don't
that hard, Gio. Told you it
I
wouldn't be
know.
that hard. Just come out and
know.
speak your truth.
And
I know, thank you.
I don't want to be in the middle of any kind of drama, but what I will say is that if Spree was planning to do this, then that would be my number one question to her as well, is you knew this before you got with him, so why did you, allow him around your children if you truly believe
Exactly.
that he was
Yeah.
dealing in child
I
porn?
mean, and again, it's something that, like,
This was talked about in Ricky's
I'm
Cantina.
very
So
forthcoming. Like, hey, before things get serious in this relationship, I will let you know that this did happen to me.
Mikey, we all asked that same thing yesterday. Like, what?
and
We
I'm
were all we were all
yeah.
shook. Gio came to us
For
very
him,
upset. He was really upset yesterday. And we're like, what the fuck? So if that's the case and she knew this, but you were with her children alone? Like what?
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
never
So
heard
I,
I never
Yeah,
heard Gio like that before, but like I instantly I'm an asshole. And when I feel like I'm not in control of something, or something is like spinning out of control, and I'm like, okay, now this has to do with that, I was fucking pissed and I grilled Gio and I was not fucking nice to him at all.
You
And I
definitely weren't. You
no,
definitely weren't.
and I feel bad about that, but at the same time, I can't pretend to be somebody that I'm not. And I'm just glad, Mikey, I'm like praising you for coming on here and helping him describe, like, kind of pill through all of this and make everybody understand, especially with what you're going through. And I hope you and your mom are doing good. And you guys are always in my thoughts. And I'm just gonna
I
say
mean, and
that.
that was another thing. Like, I didn't want to have to take her away from her real life shit to do this.
Yeah, I really care about my drunk. She's
Yes,
amazing.
And
Megan, I see
Gio, I told you
your
that was
hand
the
up.
person to go talk to, right?
Yep.
Mhm. Mikey's
If I
really good with things like
if
this.
I had any inkling, if he had said anything to me that seemed suspicious at all, I wouldn't be up here right now at all.
Exactly.
That's why we
So,
all told him, you know what, honestly, it's as much as he may not have wanted to come to you, we all told him because nobody knows it like you do. And so we're like, I mean, if it were me, I would have come to you. And that's what
wow,
we
I
told him.
actually came in handy for once. Shit. Let me go play the fucking lottery.
Yes, Megan, I see
You
your hand
probably
up.
should. We all did. We told him, you need to go talk to Mikey because, I mean, that was your profession. Nobody knows it like you,
Can I
honestly.
can
And we
I
don't
can I
know.
can I squirrel for 1 minute, please? Star, I love you.
Fuck off, John. Seriously, don't. Please don't. I'm telling you right now, don't. Seriously, don't.
So, Gio, did you need me for anything else? If not, I'm going to go ahead and drop.
Lori, if you don't mind,
No, that's all.
just real quick.
Oh,
I know you and I don't get along, but thank you for doing this for Gio. It's a lot, and I know how much it affects. I don't know. I can't imagine how much it affects you as a professional. Um, you know, daily, just having to deal with this insanity. I don't know what else to call it. Um, so thank you for doing this for Gio. It means a lot.
So, Megan, whether we get along or not, you knew my life and you knew how seriously I was about my job. So,
100%.
right. So, in saying that, I think you know better than anybody that I wouldn't come up here and vouch for someone that was full of shit about something like this.
100%.
Yep.
100%.
Yep.
And this actually happened to one of my family members.
Yep.
Well, my
Yep.
sister's boyfriend, it happened to. And
That's
I can't remember if it was '09 or 2010. We were trying to think about it last night, but regardless, like I know this is I know.
yep.
But thank you for doing that. I
Yep.
know you're busy.
All right. I'm going to drop down, guys. Have a good night, everyone.
thank you, Mikey.
Gio, I'm gonna drop too.
That's
Okay.
fine.
I'll see you in Canteen.
Thank you. I guess I'll end if anybody, since nobody else has questions. I'll give it a couple of seconds here and see if anybody else wants to ask anything. But thank you guys. Like I said, I'm 100% honest with it. I I'm guess I'm gonna end. If any does anybody else have any more questions? I mean, feel free to beam up. All right. Well, we got somebody. Oh, Tina. I'll let you up, Tina. Yes, Tina.
Jen Dun's fucking ass. Bitch, you put your husband, Richard,
Oh,
on the
Tina,
mic.
please. I don't want to do that in here.
No, I get it. I'm just saying, like, this bitch has a lot to say. Big
Tina,
mouth, right, Jen Dunn, bitch?
Tina,
I'm coming for you. Richard,
Tina,
your whole family.
Tina,
Go kill yourself, cunt.
Tina, please. Oh boy. All right. Guess nobody else has got anything. I'm gonna end. Thank you guys. I'm sure this will be talked about somewhere. All right. Bye.